This is Jen Rubin, columnist for The Washington Post, contributor to MSNBC, author of How Women Saved America from Donald Trump. I'm here to tell you all about my new podcast, Jen Rubin's Green Room. It's a show for people who spend a lot of time listening to politics, thinking about politics, reading about politics. But it's also for those who are a little bit tired of the same old. How many columns are we going to read? Is Joe Biden too old? How many times are we going to hear people regurgitate the same discussions about polls that really mean nothing? Really, what has been most exciting for me of late, and that's why I started the podcast, is what I talk to with my friends, with my sources, with members of Congress, when we're not online, when we're in the green room, the room that we're waiting for to go on air, or in the direct messaging, or in the Signal chat. That's the stuff that's fun. That's the stuff that's provocative and interesting and fresh. And that's what this is going to be about. It's going to let you be the fly on the wall. It's going to be about fun. We're going to chew the fat and share gossip. But we're also going to talk about some really serious stuff. How do you explain white privilege to people who think they've earned everything? How can a self-defined Christian support violent insurrectionists? It's those really hard topics that a lot in the media simply dance around. So every week, I'm going to bring on a friend of Jen. Some people you will have heard of. They'll be as familiar as members of your family. Some people you will never have heard of. Some will be lighthearted and others will be deadly serious. But everyone is going to be someone I admire, someone I like, someone I think I and you can learn from. And that's really the point of the show. As many of you know, I've been on quite a journey myself, politically speaking. We'll talk a little bit about that. But we'll also talk with and to people who have made the same journey. And I'm delighted to announce my very first guest on my very first show will be George Conway, extraordinary litigator. He's an expert on Trump's brain. He's a proud corgi owner, and we'll talk about dogs on this show too. So if you don't like dogs, you might not want to listen. And we're going to talk a lot about all the lawsuits that Trump is involved in, criminal, civil, and otherwise. In the next week, I'm going to bring you Matt Bennett. He's the executive vice president of Third Way. They are a centrist Democratic think tank that has done some extraordinary research on gun violence, the difference between red states and blue states. He's also gone to war with No Labels. That's a group that's trying to run a third-party candidate that would, if it's successful, perhaps put Trump back in the White House. He's my go-to guy for common sense politics and rational analysis. Keep up with the show every Wednesday when you follow Jen Rubin's Green Room on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. I can't wait for you to join us.